Top 10 Most Haunted Hotels. 10. The Equinox. Built in Vermont in 1769, the Equinox is bound to be at least a little bit haunted. Originally called the Marsh Tavern, throughout the years it's seen its share of history and notable guests, including many presidents. During renovations, a previously unknown secret passageway that connected two rooms was discovered, along with a scale that still works. In the resort's early days, it was apparently the custom for guests to weigh themselves and prove that they had gained weight during their stay. Legend has it that former First Lady, Mary Todd Lincoln, enjoyed her stays there so much, she still visits from time to time, which is convenient since the hotel is located quite near the Lincoln estate. 9. Hotel Chelsea. Listed as the second most haunted place in New York, the Hotel Chelsea holds over a century of history. From Titanic survivors to Madonna, its towering brick structure with wrought iron balconies has housed and inspired all sorts of people over the years. One of Leonard Cohen's famous croons is titled Chelsea Hotel Supper 2. Mark Twain, Stanley Kubrick, and Bob Dylan have also stayed there. Rumor has it that there are many lingering ghosts who still occupy the space. According to a medium, a ghost named Larry is the most talkative, allegedly so intent on sharing his story. He annoys the other ghosts with his incessant chatter. Another ghost, Mary, is a Titanic survivor who lost her husband. She still hangs out on the western end of the 5th floor. Those who encounter her are urged to leave her alone. She is annoyed by the living and prefers to be left in peace. 8. La Fonda. The only hotel in the historic Santa Fe Plaza, Hotel La Fonda, is steeped in historic luxury, with a dash of contemporary charm and a little something else, too. In the 1970s, a guest called the front desk of the hotel to complain about a man pacing the hallway outside of his room. The front desk staff went to investigate and saw a tall man in a long black coat disappear into a stairwell. The clerk dashed after him, but when he reached the stairwell, there was no sign of the man.
7. Marshall House. Voted Best Boutique Hotel in 2014 by Savannah Magazine, the Marshall House, built in Georgia in 1851, features the original floors, doors, and other architectural quirks. During the Civil War, it was occupied by the Union and used as a hospital. In the 1990s, workers replacing damaged floorboards found human remains, which historians later determined were bones from the amputated limbs of soldiers. 6. The Buxton Inn. Originally known as the Tavern, the Buxton Inn opened its doors in 1812. It provided refuge for those seeking freedom on the Underground Railroad and welcomed guests including Henry Ford and Abraham Lincoln. It is said that the former caretakers cared so deeply for this place, they still visit from time to time, checking in to make sure everything is running smoothly. One of the former owners, Ethel Houston, also known as the Lady in Blue, is a frequent visitor known to be accompanied by the scent of gardenias when she visits. Ethel's cat visits too, and has cuddled with guests occupying room number 9, where she resided with her owner. 5. The Reed House. Built in 1872, the Reed House endured floods, the Civil War, the Great Depression, epidemics, and more. It's been restored to reflect what it was like in the 1920s. The place to be, to enjoy Southern hospitality. Room 311 is where some experience the ghost of Annalisa Netherly. Some say she died of a broken heart, others say she was murdered by a jealous lover. Guests who have stayed in that room have called the front desk and complained to night staff that they couldn't sleep due to a strange feeling. Other guests have had sightings, claiming she appeared before them. 4. Hollywood Roosevelt. Many believe the Hollywood Roosevelt, c. 1927, encapsulates the golden era of Hollywood. Clark Gable, Charlie Chaplin, and a slew of other stars chose it as the hot-spot getaway destination. Marilyn Monroe still visits from time to time. Ghosts of other lesser-known actors desperate to be seen still appear as well. A medium once connected with a man who looked to be from the 1920s. He was dressed in a tux, walking around in the Blossom Ballroom. The psychic claimed the man was an Oscar nominee and is still very much attached to his dreams of making it in the industry. 3. Congress Plaza. The 1893 Congress Plaza Hotel is conveniently located in the heart of Chicago, with views of Lake Michigan through its expansive windows. It's thought to be one of the most haunted places in the city. Throughout the centuries, many guests have passed through its doors and enjoyed their stay in the luxurious hotel. However, the hotel was also the setting of tragedies, such as in 1904, when an elevator operator fell hundreds of feet down the elevator shaft and died upon impact. At one point, certain rooms were closed to the public, and one was even fully sealed because of the extreme levels of paranormal activity. Guests and staff alike have experienced cold spots and seen figures including that of a young boy. They've also heard soft, ghostly voices and witnessed objects move as if tossed across the room by an invisible hand. 2. The National Exchange. The National Exchange Hotel, located in Nevada City, California, has been operating since 1856 and is the oldest hotel west of the Mississippi. Some guests have caught a glimpse of Elizabeth, a young girl who was thought to have died of an illness and likes to skip rope or ride her tricycle on the second floor. People staying at the hotel have also spotted men dressed in old Western clothing, smoking in the lobby, and women in fancy Victorian dress settling in at the bar. 1. The Emily Morgan, USA. Today touts the Emily Morgan Hotel, now a part of the Hilton brand umbrella, as the third most haunted hotel in the world. While the hotel has only been in operation since 1984, the triangular-shaped building, considered the first skyscraper in the American West, complete with terracotta gargoyles clinging to its facade, used to be a medical facility. When the building was constructed in 1924, the basement was the morgue and the upper floors, where windows could be cranked open to relieve some of the stench, were used for surgical procedures. While the hotel has no 13th floor, guests on the 14th floor have reported that when they opened their hotel guest room door, instead of the hallway, to their horror, they saw a scene from a hospital playing out right before their eyes. Guests on the 12th floor experienced spooky sounds, lights flashing, water dripping, and other paranormal activity. The elevators are said to have a mind of their own, operating without being prompted. The elevators also sometimes zoom past the selected floor, choosing a different destination for the guest. If you liked the video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.